Hi guys, G here. Thank you for coming by, checking out my channel. I hope you like and subscribe. We're going to get into this review of the Leaf and Leather Cigar Journal. So let me light this cigar, put some smoke in the air, and we'll get right to it. Alright, so this journal is on Etsy. It's made by Leaf and Leather Cigar. I believe the owner of this page or Etsy store goes by the name of William. I believe it's William Rumble. But anyway, I'll put the link in the description. Sorry I don't have the box. I misplaced it. This is my pen I use for it, but we'll get to that a little bit later. It smells awesome, by the way. If you like the smell of leather, that's great. Now, this is a great gift to get anyone who is into cigars, or getting into cigars, or just the avid cigar smoker. I purchased this myself with my own money. I believe Jeremy Sears has one of these. At the time I was looking for one, it wasn't available, and then I came across this on Etsy, and this was very affordable. But when you open it up, you get some care instructions. This is what you get right here. I like it. I like the presentation. This also came with it. I believe this was on the inside of the box. I pulled it off and just put it on the card to keep it. It shows all your cigar sizes and cigar shapes. So for people who may not know or just getting into smoking cigars, that's very helpful. And then you get a little note, has care instructions, breaks down a little bit of the product, has a QR code you can scan. Now this is an awesome item here. You can also get it with your initials embossed in here. Now, with that being said, there are some things that I would like to see in the next version. I believe this is the 3rd edition, 2023 edition. So I'll get into that in a second, but the pages are awesome. It has that old papaya feel to it. I believe on one of these cards it tells you what type of pen to use. Yeah, it says, gel pens tend to do well. If you are using it with a pencil, make sure it is a soft lead and not too sharp. Gel pens tend to do well. So I did get me a pen. It takes the G2 gel inserts, and I use this pen just for this journal. Now, when you go on the website, it has different pictures. And this is what they did. They just glued the cigar band on the inside of the page. And then you can go ahead and, you have your cigar size, the maker, wrapper origin, filler origin, binder origin, the name of the cigar, the ring size. Got your flavor notes. You can list it from 0 to 5 right here. So, now some things I would like to see on the new version. Like I said, I'm in a whole bunch of cigar groups, and there's always people asking, I smoked a cigar and it was this, and it had this wrapper, and I can't remember the name. This will be a good journal for them if they decide that they're going to stay in the I guess hobby or lifestyle of smoking cigars. For me, I smoke cigars all the time. I don't have this book full because I'll smoke some at work and I'll forget to take the band home, or I'll put it in my pocket and lose it, or I'll put it somewhere and it just, blows away. Sometimes I don't pull the bands off very well, so you can see this is like I ripped the paper off right there, but I have various cigars I have smoked before. Now, back to what I was saying, for new cigar smokers, I just saw this is like an imperfection on this page. I'm not sure what happened there. It looks like it was just cut a little short, but it's all right. What I would like to see would have been maybe this be on the inside of one of these pages, or just this being on a page by itself, maybe the second page, and then maybe this card maybe be on the last page, maybe like this, and then the care instructions, same thing, maybe would have been on a page by itself in the back. That's a thought. I mean, the book is great, but for someone that maybe is getting into the hobby, this might be good to have in the book, because they might be afraid to ask a question, what size cigar is this? What's the shape called? What's the gauge, etc., etc. Also, the owner of this store makes a whiskey journal, which I think is pretty cool. That might be something to add to this book, maybe a pairing section. I know this is a lot on this page and there's not really much room. Maybe the second page could be a pairing section, or a small section on the next page, or maybe even over here, a little section here where you can list what you paired it with, and maybe have like a little box right here where you could put the cigar band inside. Now I'm not sure, maybe the way it's printed, it's all just on one side, and maybe they have to keep the cost down to keep it affordable, and I understand that. Being a whiskey drinker, I like to drink the whiskey or drinks with a cigar. Especially if I'm pairing. I don't know if I would get one of these just for whiskey and have two books. But nonetheless, this is awesome. But if they can find a way to put a pairing section in here, because I know some people don't drink alcohol. I know some people drink soda or juice or coffee or cappuccinos, hot chocolate. Some people drink water. Maybe even have a little section if you decide to have a piece of candy with it. I know some people like to have some chocolate with their cigars. Also, some people eat candy because it has some sugar. It kind of offsets the nausea feeling you get if you have a full body cigar. But nonetheless, this is an awesome book. I recommend you guys getting something like this if you're looking for a gift for someone who's into cigars, or if it's just a gift for yourself. Like I said, the leather smells amazing. The pepper, it's kind of got like a pepper aroma to it a little bit, if that makes sense. But you know, my palate could just be off on the sense of smell. But I kind of get like a quick pepper smell. But yeah, so I don't know if this page seems a little bit darker than the others. Not sure if some of these pages are like soaked in something to give it the aging effect or something like that. But you know, this book is awesome. I mean, the book is good how it is. But I talked to the owner and I asked him if I could throw some suggestions out there, and he said absolutely, because most of the updates come from suggestions. So those would just be my quick suggestions of maybe just putting these in the actual book. And maybe, you know, it might make sense to do that, and it might not make sense to do that. I don't know. But that's just my 2 cents. I love this book. I don't really carry it with me to the cigar loungers because I like to keep it nice and clean. But I think I will start carrying it because it might spark a conversation piece. Now back to the pen here. See if I can get a scrap piece of paper. I like the pen. The one gripe I have with it is I just think it might be a slight too sharp and pointy. It's got a fine tip on it. I'm not sure if you could see that. Let me see if I could get it to focus. I mean, it's got a real fine point. I think I would, once this pen is out, I think I will switch to a wider face pen. I don't even know if that's the right term for it, but I wouldn't get it as pointy or as sharp. I probably would. Let me see if I can look up online, see if they have one that's a. Oh, see, I'm not sure if they have one that's doesn't have that much of a point to it. But anyway, I also got this pen off of Amazon, and it takes the inserts, you know. So it came with a G2 insert. Said it was a gel, but it didn't seem like it was. And I already had these inserts, so I just threw it in there. But that's it. So this is my first real YouTube review. So appreciate you bearing with me, and stay tuned for the next review. Thank you.